So Kamala Harris, she goes to Guatemala. Why? Well, because instead of fixing the problem at the border, she wants to fix the underlying problems that she sees with the border, meaning the root cause of all this migration, which is what she calls it. It's illegal immigration, but she calls it migration because that makes it seem a little less daunting, I guess. I don't know. So Kamala Harris goes to Guatemala. Instead, hasn't gone to the border yet, hasn't been to Mexico, hasn't been to Texas or Arizona to visit with those people to investigate what's going on with the kids being dropped over the wall, hasn't gone to see how bad it is in these facilities, hasn't gone to check on any of that. And what she's doing is she's going to Guatemala to talk to people and basically tell them not to come. But on the plane, I guess one of her staff members, to commemorate this historic occasion of Kamala Harris actually doing work, decided to make some cookies. And they made these cookies, these Kamala Harris cookies. And these Kamala cookies are in the likeness of Kamala Harris. They have her little pantsuit thing. They've got her hair. They've got her pearl necklace and matching earrings. And then what they don't have, by the way, and this is where it gets a little weird, what they don't have is they don't have a picture on them of Kamala Harris's face. It's just this kind of faceless cookie that's meant to be Kamala Harris, but it looks like her face was, it looks like it melted off, or they just ran out of icing, or they couldn't get it right. Who knows? But for whatever reason, they made a bunch of faceless Kamala cookies. Now, if it were me, I would have made them with two faces, because I think that would have been more appropriate. But, you know, no one asked me about how do we make these cookies, Mark? Do we do a face or no face? No, give her two. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So they're handing out these faceless cookies on the plane, and all the reporters are like, wait a minute, should Kamala Harris be really handing out cookies of herself? Is this the message she wants to send? She finally gets her butt out of the White House. She finally gets her butt on the plane on Air Force Two to go somewhere, to do something, to try to do something, to even just appear to be doing anything at all that resembles work, that resembles governing. And the first thing she does is she goes back to the press department of the plane and hands out cookies without her face on them. It's really kind of weird. It's really kind of weird. It's basically like she's telling the press, eat me. You know, I mean, that's kind of like where we are at this. So, Ronna McDaniel likened it to Marie Antoinette and said she's literally telling people, let them eat cake. This is not exactly what she should be doing. There's more important things, blah, blah, blah. So all of a sudden, before she even lands in Guatemala, she's become the cookie monster. Kamala Harris, before she gets to Guatemala, has already caused chaos because people are tweeting photos of these faceless cookies. And they're saying, what's the deal? Then the plane lands. The plane lands, Kamala Harris gets off the plane, she heads to wherever it is she's going, and I guess, I don't know what she was expecting, but I can't imagine she was expecting what she got. When she got there, when she landed on the ground, when she was driving through the streets of Guatemala, while she was going to her hotel, getting ready to prepare for her big press conference to meet the president, all this kind of stuff, while she was driving, she encountered protests. Thousands and thousands of people who were out there protesting, and they had flags, and they had signs. And one of the signs said, Trump won. And another one of the signs said, Kamala, go home. Trump won, viva el Trumpo. That's the message that was greeting her in Guatemala. So maybe it threw her off of her game. I think that's probably what happened. Not that she really had a lot of game to begin with, but I think what happened is she got thrown off of her game. I think what happened was between the Cookie Gate incident on the plane and the people on the ground yelling, Trump won, you're not the vice president, please go home. But between all, I think she got it in her head that she was coming for this monumental visit. And in the end, it was one of the worst things that could ever happen.